Welcome back to the Cali G Kitchen, and welcome to day 100. Welcome to day 100 of your 101 day food and fasting program. Today we are cooking a salmon vegetable gluten-free pasta bake, and we're going to serve that with the rest of the brocca slaw that we made yesterday, and all sorts of veg going on over here. We've got our pasta here. Tricolour fusilli, I think that's how you pronounce it. So yeah, we've got the oven preheating on 220 degrees. We've got a kettle boiled full of water. So with all this being said, I'm going to get started. So we're going to make a start with the pasta and the veg. So we're basically just going into this pan. With the water, and I'm going to use around 200 grams of this, and I think I do feel like I need more water in that. It's going in with a touch more water. And then we're going to add 200 grams of our gluten-free pasta. We're just going to par cook this as well. This is going to be cooked for 5 minutes maximum, around 4 or 5 minutes. That's around 200 grams there, gone in, and I'm also going to add half a vegetable stock just to give this pasta a little bit more flavour. So just going to add that to the water, half a vegetable stock going in. Give this a good mix. I'm going to add a little touch more water there. I'm just boiling the kettle now, and while that's all happening, I'm going to get our veg into this. I'm going to put it on there, and we're going to use the same pan to steam the veg. So we're going to use the same pan as we're cooking the pasta in to steam the veg. And we only want to just slightly steam the veg. This is going to finish off cooking in the oven. I'm going to half my sprouts as well. Taking the top off of these sprouts and taking the outer layer of skin off. Okay, I'm going to add a touch more water into this pan. Give it a mix. I'm going to turn this down because that's boiling away nicely now. And we just want this to simmer. We're going to time 4 minutes. And then we're going to get the veg on for the last 3 minutes of steaming time. Going in with some cauliflower. We're just kind of roughly chopping this cauliflower. Chopping it into bite-sized pieces. Okay, we've got our broccoli going in. Same with this. Just kind of keep it in little bite-sized pieces. Going in with that. We've got some cabbage here. Going in with the cabbage, and we've also got a courgette. Where is the courgette? Courgette fell on the floor. So you're giving this courgette a little wash. And we're going to use, I'm going to use half of this. Another courgette. And we just need to get this lid on now. Okay, while that's all happening there, we're going to make the sauce for this pasta bake. So we're going to start off. Hold on, I'm going to look at this recipe. I'm going to look at this recipe a second. So we've got the veg and the pasta cooking away nicely there. And okay, so we need some. No, actually, sorry, we are going to make a start on the salmon. So we need to fry some. Hold on, let's have a look. Let me have a look. So we're going to start with the coconut oil, then we're going to add smoked paprika, pesto, chili, and herbs, and then we're going to fry that paste, and we're going to chop the salmon and add that, fry that for a minute, and then we'll set that aside with the veg and the pasta. Then we'll make the sauce, then we'll mix it all together, then it'll all go into the oven. Okay. So I'm going in with around a tablespoon of coconut oil. Just going to get some heat into this pan. The pasta's got around a minute left. I'm just going to give it one more minute. It doesn't look like a lot happening in the steamer. Right, I'm going to take this pasta off now. This pasta's cooked enough. I'm going to get that drained off. Kept a little bit of that pasta water there. And I'll tell you what, that's going to go there. That's going to continue to steam for a minute. Okay, so we've got our coconut oil on the go. I'm going to start by adding the pesto. So I'm just going to drop that temperature now. We've got our smoked paprika going in. Tablespoon of smoked paprika. And sorry, we are missing the garlic. I'm supposed to start frying this garlic first. Got a few cloves of garlic here. Just crushing them, taking off the skins. Going into this pan with the coconut oil, going in with the garlic, I'm going to go in with half a red onion, yeah. Don't forget about the veg either. I'm going to take this veg off the heat now. It's nicely parcooked. And this can kind of go in with the pasta so it's ready to all be mixed up. Moving back over to the red onion. So get that into the pan with our garlic and our spices. We've got a green pepper here. You can use whatever pepper you like. I'm going to use the full thing. So as always, push the core in, take the top off, take the bottom off, open it out, and then run your knife along the inside. I think we are missing something here. Yes, chili flakes and herbs as well. So we're going to go in with, depending on how hot you like it really, I'm going to go in with a tablespoon of these. Not a tablespoon, a teaspoon. A teaspoon of habanero chili flakes. Going in with a teaspoon of those. I want the herbs, so I've got basil, I've got sage, and I've got oregano. Tablespoon of each. Okay. Time to get a little bit heat in that pan. I'm going to start frying these onions and peppers now. And I've got our salmon over here behind us. This is actually flavoured salmon. I believe it's jerk seasoned salmon. My fishmonger ran out of just regular salmon. Otherwise I would have just used plain salmon. I think we've got around 400 grams of salmon here. And we're going to chop this up into chunks. So yeah, let's get this salmon on the go. We're just going to fry this just for a couple of minutes. Get it coated in all that lovely flavouring. Give this salmon one more minute, and then what we're going to do, we're going to make this sauce in the same pan that we've been cooking all this in, just so we can keep hold of all that lovely flavouring. Set this salmon aside for a minute. Back over to this pan. You want some heat into this pan, but you don't want it as hot. Like, you don't want it on a high heat. You want it on kind of a low heat. We're going to make our roux, which is basically the base for the sauce, which is butter and flour. You'll have seen this done in the past couple of weeks, where we've been making various things with sauce. So we made like a bechamel sauce, then what else did we made? We made a parmo, and we've used this sauce somewhere else as well, I can't remember where. But yeah, we just want to melt down a knob of butter. We're going to take a tablespoon of our gluten-free flour. This is our Asda free from self-raising flour. So we're going with a tablespoon. And we kind of just gently fry this till it kind of bubbles and makes kind of thick paste. And over here, so this is some of the liquid that was left from the pasta and the veg. I want to use this to kind of make the sauce. You could use water, you could use any kind of milk. I am going to use a bit of milk actually, a little touch of coconut milk. Now we've got this pasty, you can kind of add a little bit more heat to the pan now. Okay, now we've got this thick, kind of saucy consistency. We're going in with our chopped tomatoes. This is all just going to be cooked into the sauce until it becomes one. Yeah, that's the full half tin of tomatoes gone in. And we're just going to reduce this down slightly, ever so slightly, and then we're going to mix all of it together. While we've got that reducing, we're going to grate up some of our cheese. We've got a little bit of our parmesan left that we're going to use. We've got some extra strong mature cheddar. And I've got some mozzarella as well. I'm going to use a little bit of mozzarella, not a lot, because I am actually intolerant to it, but it will go well with this. Will go nice, really nice with this. Okay, where am I at? Take a little wedge of cheddar off of there. And then we've got some mozzarella here as well. And I need my grater. I don't know how that could happen, but I've lost the grater. I really don't know. This is crazy. Yeah, I'm going insane here. I don't know what's going on. Oh well, we'll do it the old-fashioned way. I'm going to chop this cheese up, and then some of it's going to be mixed in, and then some of it will be going over the top. got our cheese chocolate there, and one other thing that I want to add to this as well, and it's not on the recipe. I need to use these up, and I kind of done a little bit of an experiment the other week, and this was really nice. I'm just going to add a handful of mixed beans into this, maybe a little bit more than a handful. And then now we're going to go in with half of this cheese. A little touch of mozzarella. Just to add a little bit of the stringiness to it. Now all we do with this, give this a good mix. And start adding our ingredients back to this pan. We're going back in with the salmon. Now we've got the pasta and the veg to go in. So what I want to do as well, I'm going to add just a splash of this pasta sauce, just to give this a helping hand. Okay, now we've got all that nicely mixed in, we're going to attempt to get this into this Pyrex dish. So another thing we're going to do, we're going to transfer all of this to another tray. Reason being is, I can already see by the thickness of that, when we put this in the oven on the high heat, it's not going to cook all the way through, it's not going to heat all the way through. And we're going to end up with melted burnt cheese on the top, and then the filling won't be hot all the way through. So we spread it out like this, means there's more surface area. There's less kind of thickness for the heat to travel through, and it should all cook evenly. Last but not least, going over the top with the rest of the cheese that was left. And then just to finish it off, just with a little touch more of mozzarella. Okay. One last little thing I'm going to do here, and this is optional, but I'm kind of just going to go over the top with some smoked paprika. Just for some extra flavour. We're going to go in with a pinch of black pepper. And finish it off with a little salt. This is going to go into the oven 12 to 15 minutes until that cheese is nicely melted and it's all heated through. With that being said, I'm going to end this video now and we'll be back in 12 minutes for part 2. I'm going to have a little bit of a clean up and we'll be back ready to serve then. See you again soon. Goodbye for now.